Imagine looking up on a clear spring night and seeing something impossible, a massive, silent object, shaped like a giant V or boomerang, blocking out the stars as it glides slowly over your city. No engine roar, no wind, just eerie, steady lights. Thousands of people across Arizona saw exactly that on March 13, 1997. This became known as the Phoenix Lights, one of the largest mass UFO sightings in history. If you've watched my video on Rendlesham Forest, Britain's Roswell, you know military-linked cases with official memos and denials can leave more questions than answers. Tonight, we dive into America's version, a sighting so big, even the governor of Arizona later admitted he saw it and called it otherworldly. Let's uncover what really happened. The events unfolded over about 3 hours, spanning hundreds of miles. It started near Henderson, Nevada. A witness reported a large V-shaped object heading southeast. By the time it reached Prescott Valley and northern Arizona, families described reddish-orange lights in a tight formation, moving silently. Then, it hit Metro Phoenix. Thousands, estimates range from 10,000 to tens of thousands, looked up from backyards, highways, and rooftops. Witnesses described a single enormous craft up to a mile wide, with 5 to 7 steady white or amber lights along the leading edge. It blocked stars behind it, proving it was solid, not just disconnected lights. And crucially, completely silent. Later that night, a second set of bright, stationary orbs appeared over Phoenix, hovering, then slowly descending or winking out one by one. Amateur videos captured those iconic orbs in formation.
I got the camera. Oh, now that one went out to the to the left.
To the east.
To the east. The time is about 10 o'clock, Sue?
Yes.
10 o'clock, March 13th, Thursday night.
But many insist the earlier V-shape was something far stranger. What makes this case stand out? The sheer number and quality of witnesses. Pilots, police officers, everyday families, even actor Kurt Russell, who was piloting a small plane that night and reported it to the FAA. But the most shocking? Then, Governor Fife Symington. In 1997, he held a press conference mocking the hysteria, even bringing out an aide in an alien costume. 10 years later, he came clean. He ditched his security detail.
March 13th, 1997. This event called Lights Over Phoenix. What did you see?
Well, I saw a huge craft just kind of come right over Squaw Peak. That was, it was just breathtaking. And I'm not sure about the date. You've got a better memory
March
for the
13th.
dates than I do.
He went to Squaw Peak, now Pitua Peak, and saw the massive triangular craft himself. He described it as enormous, otherworldly, and definitely not flares or planes. He said he stayed quiet initially to avoid panic, especially while facing his own legal issues at the time. Like Rendlesham's Colonel Holt, here we have high-level credibility. Symington even contacted Luke Air Force Base. They denied any involvement that night. The U.S. Air Force eventually explained it. All sightings tied to Operation Snowbird, winter pilot training at Davis-Monthan AFB. The early V formation? A group of A-10 Thunderbolt jets flying in tight formation with steady lights, not blinking, per military rules, returning to base. The later orbs? Parachute flares dropped by Maryland Air National Guard A-10s over the Barry M. Goldwater Range during exercises. Flares burn bright for several minutes, descend slowly on parachutes, and from a distance could appear to hover or form a line. As they dropped behind mountain, they winked out. Skeptics point to this as the full answer. No radar hits for a giant craft, and replications match the videos. But believers counter. The flares explain the later lights, but not the earlier silent V shape seen hours before, moving steadily over populated areas. Flares don't fly in perfect formation or block stars like a solid object. Many witnesses, including pilots, insist the early event was too low, too large, and too quiet for jets.
And I did capture video of formations of these lights or actual craft arranged in a V or triangle. We're talking mile to 8 miles wide, gliding silently, some at a distance, but most at rooftop level. Some people said they could have thrown a rock at it. It was
Decades later, the Phoenix Lights remain debated. Documentaries and eyewitness accounts keep the mystery alive. No definitive proof of aliens, but no explanation fully satisfies everyone either. Like Rendlesham, military nearby, initial silence, partial official story, and credible insiders speaking out years later. Both cases remind us, sometimes the sky holds things we can't easily explain. What do you think the Phoenix Lights were? Flares? Secret tech? Or something truly unexplained? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mysteries like Rendlesham and beyond. Thanks for watching. Stay curious out there.